Today we're going to be taking a look at how to play RuneScape on Linux. Now this should go for any flavor of Linux or distro that you are currently choosing because we're going to be using Flatpaks. Now there could be a little bit more to this depending on how your computer is configured, as some distros don't have Flatpak built in, so you may have to go get that utility before you can actually get OSRS or even RuneScape 3 up and running on Linux. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Now, if we head over to the OSRS wiki, which is the guide that I'm going to be really focusing on, because I feel like the majority of people here are going to actually playing OSRS versus RS3 just because of sheer comparison of size and all that. So let's go ahead over to that wiki. I'll leave a link to everything that I'm looking at down below in the description, so no fear there. If you wish to continue playing on a Linux machine, you will have to use a mechanism that enables Windows applications to operate, and the community projects that are available are these two. Now, these are the two that we're going to focus on. We're not going to focus on doing things without a Jagex account. Most of you, if you are already doing that, it's kind of in this guide of how to do it. But I'm going to be walking you through easy mode if you have that Jagex account. And if you're not using a Jagex account, I don't know why. It adds a good amount of security to your account. So we'll just head over here to the GitHub that it actually recommended. And this is where it gets extremely easy. Now we can actually install the Flatpak. All right, so we have two options here. We can actually use Bolt, which is what a lot of people on Linux have been using, but there is also another community project that actually uses the Jagex launcher, which runs through Wine. Now this is going to be dependent on your ability and what you really want to do with this. I find that either one has worked out pretty well for me. One is a native third party and the other one actually has to run through Wine, but Wine has gotten to a state where I feel like both work very well. So let's first off go through how to install the official Jagex launcher here, and then we will show you how to use Bolt as well. Now we're on CachyOS Arch Linux here, so all I'm going to do is open up Terminal, and then we're going to use Alacrity here. It's going to be kind of half see-through. We'll pull this over to the right, and we can just copy this, Control-Shift-V, and hit enter. Now, what we see here is some distros, like I said, are going to have Flatpak installed. This one does not, so we actually need to install Flatpak first. So let's go ahead and do that. So to install that, all we have to do is sudo pacman-S Flatpak and hit enter. Now it's going to ask for your password. Go ahead and provide that. And then it's going to instantly find the package that we're looking for. It also finds some additional packages that it's going to need to install to make sure it works, but we will go ahead and press Y. You can see the Y is capitalized, so all you actually technically have to do is hit enter. I've just consistently always like to hit Y, and that's just me. Now we're also going to see that we have some failed retrieving files. Interesting. So it seems like we might have a bigger issue here. I'm just going to verify that Flatpak isn't installed on the system, but we may actually have a problem with our repos and how we're getting them. So since we have CachyOS hello, we can go ahead over here into the tweaks. So I'm going to go ahead and hit system update real quick. There might be an update that I'm missing, or I might actually need to reboot. It does appear that I have quite a few different updates here, so I'm going to let this continue and just finish up. And then hopefully after we can actually just rerun that command and we might actually be okay. It looks like we might need to reboot here, so I'm going to go ahead and just rank the mirrors as well and then do a quick reboot of the system. All right, and we're back here with another restart. So hopefully we will just hit up arrow until we get this curl again and just try to hit that and see. Okay, we know that Flatpak isn't installed, so we actually need to do the sudo pacman Flatpak. We'll go ahead and try this one more time. Hopefully this works. And there we go. Looks like everything actually installed correctly this time. No weird errors. So I wanted to leave that in to show you guys that sometimes with things like Arch Linux or other distros, a simple update is all that's needed. So it might look chaotic and you might get stressed out right away, but something as simple as just updating your system, rebooting, and then trying again is all it took to actually fix that. All right, so now we should be able to do this, and it should actually find us the installer that we want. Looks like it's installing, and we saw a few errors there at the top. I don't know if this will cause any issues as of yet, but we'll find out here shortly. Looks like Wine is building it out, so we could not find a Wine mono package that is needed, so we'll go ahead and install that. I love that it brings it back to the old school Windows vibe with Wine. It's very reminiscent of old Windows, and everything in new Windows, Windows 10, 11, even 7 looks so modern compared to these. Okay, so looks like it's still doing some stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. We'll hit exit completely, and you should be able to launch from the application menu. So let's hopefully see that's actually true. We'll go here into all. Does not appear to be the actual case. We'll double check and see if RuneScape's actually there. Nope. We'll see if this command actually launches it. It does. We'll go ahead and hit an apply and restart. It's going to be doing a lot of stuff. So the thing with Flatpaks you do have to watch out for is when you get them and you install them, you will have to log out and log back in for them to usually be seen in the application list. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this one for right now. We'll wait for this to finish up and do whatever the hell it's doing. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to session, and I'm just going to simply hit log out now. We'll go ahead and re-log in. And what we want to see is actually that the RuneScape client is now here. So we can see games and the Jagex launcher. And just like that, Wine is running, your Jagex launcher is here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to log in real quick, and we will see how that works. All right, so we're logged in here, and we can see the bond life is here. I'm gonna go ahead and click Old School RuneScape and hit play now. Now we do have the official client. I'm gonna go ahead and install that. We'll just go ahead and choose the default and hit download and install. Just like that, we'll go ahead and hit play. We can see that the bond life doesn't probably currently have a membership here. We'll go ahead and mute that real quick. It's going to keep doing its thing. We'll just go ahead and choose a free-to-play world real quick, and I will show you that the game actually runs. Close out, and here we go. We have RuneScape working just fine, as it should. Working perfectly as you would think it would. All right, so now that we've learned how to install basically the OG original official Jagex launcher, I'm going to now show you guys how to install Atom Cake or Bolt, which in my opinion actually runs a little bit better. It doesn't have to run through the goofy Wine installer and everything like that. So again, we're going to open up in the terminal. Simply go over here. Again, Control-C, Control-Shift-V. Here, we're going to actually either install under the system or user context. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and hit user. Again, it's going to ask us, is this what we want to install? Yes. I'm just going to hit enter again. And just like that, it should be installed. One more time. I'm going to just log out and re-log back in, because since we did do a Flatpak, it's not going to actually show up right away. We have to log out and log back in for it to appear. So again, under games, you're going to now see Bolt. We'll just simply open this up. It's going to ask you what you want to play. Okay, I want to do OSRS. You want the RuneLite, the official client, the HDOS. I want the RuneLite client, but first we need to log in. Now this is using basically the launcher, the OG launcher in part, and actually just piecing it apart and actually connecting to the Jagex account. So I'm going to go ahead and actually log in real quick, and then we can show you everything playing. All right, so this one, actually, we're going to launch the RuneLite client. So I'm going to go ahead and just select my character and hit play. You're going to see it do a few things down here, but it's also going to download and install RuneLite. Again, we can make the screen just a little bit bigger here. Now, if you do want to install and import your profiles, there are ways to do that as well. It isn't quite as easy as Windows, but it is possible. First, we're going to just mute that, hit accept, find us a world where we can log in here. It should be fine. I think I have enough skill points for this one. And as soon as we're in here, we can see that we actually are working just fine. Running perfectly fine, no real issues here. And that's really all there is to it, guys. I've been using Bolt for a majority of my time. I've never had an issue with it. I know many other people that are on Linux also use Bolt without issue. Now, you can use the official client if you are afraid that Bolt might get your account flagged for any reason. But like I said, I've been using it on and off for probably about a year and a half now without issue. I like to use RuneLite. There is a way to get RuneLite to work on the official client, but I find that it's just a chaotic mess to get it up and running and working correctly, whereas Bolt just kind of works. Like there's no confusion or anything like that. Now, if you did want to import your profile or something like that, you would come in here and just kind of import and just find this directory path. And you can just paste your file here and hit open and bring over your entire configuration for RuneLite. Again, if you have one on Windows or a different Linux box that you're like, okay, I want to kind of come over. So if you did want to get away from Windows and you do want to export your file, all you have to do is come here on this little thing, find the profile you're on and just hit export and then put it wherever you want. Now, this is going to look different because I'm on Linux and you guys are probably watching this because you haven't basically went on Linux yet, but it goes for the same. So once you have that file, put it on a thumb drive or anything like that, when you want to come in and import it, I would definitely move the file into this path first and then come in here and select it. Because if you're trying to find it on like, say, your root path or like a thumb drive, it's going to be much harder to navigate this window because it kind of goes through a wine and a compatibility layer and it's a little bit more chaotic. So definitely move it to that path. Again, just go to import, click the drop down and you're going to see, oh, I need to go to home, Divine Tech, like whatever your user is, the var app, Bolt data, Bolt launcher. I mean, you could put it in any of these folders if you want to. I would just put it down here. Now, hopefully this video helped you out for those of you that are thinking about coming over to Linux and how easy it is to get OSRS or even RS3 up and running on your machine. Like I showed you, we have two different methods. You can use the official client, you can use Bolt. I definitely recommend Bolt over the official client just for ease of use, and it's just a little bit less of a headache. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one.